Hello, YouTube family. Greg D, aka the DCUO Gingerbread Man, back here with another loadout video. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to bring you munitions. So this is going to be like my supercharge spam build, much like we did with Ice, much like we did with Rage. If you remember from the post that I had about a week and a half ago on the channel, I had asked you guys what you wanted to see regarding loadout videos. Ice was first, Rage was second, Munitions was third, so here we are now with Munitions. And as always, I will say a disclaimer that I'm not saying that this is totally meta, totally OP, just something that I've been experimenting with and messing around with. And if you want to try it, you like it, cool, use it. If you don't like it, you think it sucks, then don't use it. Simple as that. So I have tried a couple of different variations of this, and this particular one that I have seems to do the best right now. I will say, too, that the base damage is a little lower just because this is a slow loadout, if I'm being quite honest. But much like Rage, once you get the supercharge, once you get Omega going in the right sequence, it hits huge. I'm talking big numbers. I'm talking bigger than what we were doing with Rage. You'll see, but I'm just letting you know. So first things first, what we're doing with our artifacts is I have Gemini, Sinestra's Ring, Trans Card, Omega, and Scrap. Again, this is a supercharge type build, so having the Eye of Gemini, we get the buff. Let me try that again. Scrap of Soul Cloak, we get the extra supercharge generation and the maximum supercharge, and then cooldown. And then, of course, we also have the ultimate mod in our head for the 15% supercharge back to you, and we are also going to be running Aquaman for the trinket pets because, as we know, while we're playing in content, you're going to have the trinket pets out pretty much at all times, unless you're not someone who likes trinket pets. But nonetheless, you get the buff there. Summoning the pets they'll deal the 7% extra damage, and then I have Flash at level 8 here as well. So currently, I will get a 10% back every time I use the supercharge. So you get a little bit back between the ultimate mod, the Flash ally, the Scrap of Soul Cloak. So we're basically, again, with the whole supercharge spam type build, you want to make sure you have as much supercharge regen as possible. And then I know people are going to be upset. Of course, what we're using as far as our loadout: Spore Pod, Starbolt for the supercharged generation, Shrapnel Grenade Launcher, which is our power interaction, and our supercharged generation, Chain Gun, Omega, and Big Gun. Now, Big Gun is unfortunately a 10,000 supercharge. I've tried this loadout with Brine Hulk just to see if a 5,000 supercharge works better. However, it doesn't do as much damage. Brine Hulk just isn't at the same level as Big Gun. And I know a lot of people are going to be upset because half of the loadout tray is, iconics or artifact stuff. I mean, basically, it's the same thing. And unfortunately, that's just how the game is. And if you want to have the potential to do the most damage that is possible, unfortunately, this is just how it is. I will say, though, if you don't have Spore Pod, if you don't have Starbolt, what I was doing regarding the loadout was I would replace these two with Mini Nuke and I think what was the other one? Mini Nuke and Railguns. That's the other one. So if you don't have Spore Pod, if you don't have Starbolt, if you're seeing this after Homecoming is over and you've missed it, or you missed Spore Pod, throw Mini Nuke and Railguns in here. Keep these two in there, and then just have those four, and then Omega and Big Gun. So, but again, you're getting the extra supercharge regen from Starbolt and the Scrap and the Ultimate Mod and all that. So, without further ado, I'm going to stop talking, and we'll see how it goes here. Again, the base damage isn't great, but I'm telling you, once you see Big Gun how well that does. You'll be highly yeah, yeah. Again, the only thing that I don't like personally about this is that munitions is slow, and you don't really have a lot of viable powers that will, that you can spam quickly. I guess it's not like rage or ice or gadgets or something where you have like a lot of powers that will like again you can spam quickly. I mean, as you can see there, I mean, even as we're trying to get our big gun up, I mean, we're doing 10 million, 14 million. We're doing the base damage isn't great. I mean, it is what it is because again, it's just slow. It's just slow. See, I even mess up the timing. So, and we remember that from the last couple. You're going to mess up the timing. It's not going to be great. But again, once you get, I didn't even hit Omega there properly, but you'll see it. And again, I think that's the one thing that draws this loadout back is the fact that it's a bit on the slower side. So. But once we get like I'm telling you, once we get the big gun going here, you will see. But again, you hit it a good piece here. Now, what I will say is that much like Rage, again, most of your damage is going to come from Berserk or not Berserk, Big Gun and Omega itself. And you will see here, like 32 million right there. See, 32 million. That's just from Big Gun. Big Gun and Omega. So, yes, the base damage might be lower overall. However, and that's a big however, when you hit Big Gun, you hit Omega together, those numbers, oh boy. And again, the only other problem is that, Big Gun is a 10,000 supercharge. So, I mean, it does take a minute. It does take a while. So, but normally you're hitting, 10 to 15 million, which, I mean, it's not great. Let's be honest. It's not great. However, like I said, I'm waiting. So I'm going to hit that, hit Omega, and 35 million. See, that's what I mean. Those were numbers that I was hitting with Rage. Now, of course, if this was faster, you'd absolutely be hitting way higher numbers. All right, so now let's reset, and we'll do it with all of our buffs, and we'll see where we're at here. So, if we pop, well, actually, let's get Big Gun a little closer to being respawned here. And literally, that's the only drawback to this loadout. Let's get. All right, we're gonna pop. And I should have probably had Constantine out here also. That had a 41 million right there. Look at that, 41 million. Now that is currently the most damage that I have ever done. And I know I said that about the Rage video, but this is a whole other level. That's 22 million. Or, I'm sorry, 41 million. That's crazy. And I'm sure I could get that high with Rage if I'm like a little better with timing, but full crap, dude, that is nuts. $21 million there. So again, it's only for a short time, but again, you get. Good lord, that just hits so freaking hard. So hard. It's so hard. Oh my god. 42 million again. So I mean, that's actually when I was testing this too. Probably you guys won't believe me, but I was hitting. I can't talk. I had hit a 50+ million with this loadout. So if you look at the live stream of me talking about being Rambo, then you'll be able to see that. But so yeah, there we go. Now, one thing I do want to do, just out of curiosity, and I had already tried this, but I just want to double check and make sure. I want to do the exact same artifact setup that we had with Rage. So we were doing swapping out Transcard. We're going to put in Quizlet, because Quizlet will do the better. Quizlet will do more higher damage attack, is what I should say, when you use a 10,000 supercharge as opposed to a 5,000 one. But I just want to see overall if the damage from Quizlet is better than Bibbity. Oh, there you go, 50 million. 50 million, so there it is. There it is, my friends. You can hit over 50 million with this. Oh my goodness, that's crazy, dude. That is so nuts. You could hit over 50 million with this. That is bananas. Holy fucking bonkers there. My God. But I will say that even like 17 million is, not, I mean, it could be better, of course, but it's not terrible. We're just waiting for. Let's get Constantine back out here again. Let's wait for the buff. All right, so we have the buff, so we're gonna pop it, do it. We're gonna do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. 53, baby! Hell yeah! So we get that extra little boost from. Holy shit! You get that little extra boost from Constantine there. You've officially hit 53 million. That is bananas to me. So, is it slow? Yes. Will it be power hungry? Yeah. I remember when I had used this with Terra, my first version of Terra. It's power hungry. It is. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. However, as you can see, this shit hits. Oh, it hits so hard. My goodness, does it hit hard. It hits freaking amazing. And there's a 37 million there just because I didn't get it right. So, yeah, there you go. So, it's slow. It's going to be power hungry. But, again, there was two times there. A 53 million in 10 seconds and a 50.9 million in 10 seconds, which is literally the highest numbers that I've ever done in this game. And I know I said that about the Rage loadout, but this surpasses that Rage number by 10 million in 10 seconds. So an extra million damage per second, all thanks to Big Gun. So, I mean, that blows my mind. Blows my mind. If you think about it too, my pet loadout was sorcery. This does double the damage. Because max with sorcery, I was doing maybe 22 to 25 million with supercharge and all the pets out, hitting it just right. This hits for double that amount of damage, which is bananas. More than double. So, I don't know what else there is to say, except that. It's awesome. So, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, guys, see you soon.